Good morning, everyone. This is the first morning stream I've done in over 3 months. So, we're going to do some New York Times Sudokus. I kept saying that I'm going to upload it onto YouTube, but I keep getting distracted every session. So, let's do today's Sudoku and put it onto YouTube. So, we've got one here, one over here, and a 1 and a 1. So we're going to start off with the easy Sudokus and then work our way up, because I've definitely become a lot slower on a Sudoku front. Almost forgotten how to say Sudoku as well, so that's a sad time. Right, hang on. There's a 3, and there's a 3, and there's a 3. So all the 3s are done. 4, I've got a 4 over here, which means this is a 4. Do I know the rest of the 4s? Yes. At least I know those ones, but I don't know these 2. So this is a 5. 5, 5, 5. That must be a 5 because there's another 5 here. I hope my volume, the audio is okay as well. Ooh, hitting the reds there. Not loving it, but hopefully it is okay. I just found out last night that I can actually... I mean, I knew that was possible, but I never looked into doing it before because I didn't have a monitoring microphone. So, for anyone on YouTube, I have been stuck at my in-laws due to lockdown for the last 3 months, and that is why I've kind of disappeared, and I didn't want to keep the family up with my morning streams because I woke up my father-in-law on a couple of occasions, and I've broken the puzzle already. So what have I done? What have I done? I mean, that is definitely a 9, but I guess the 2s are wrong, so I think I need to restart this puzzle. So this goes to show I am definitely not doing well on the Sudokus. So how did I get that wrong? That has to be a 2, right? Yeah, that has to be a 2, so it must be something in this cage that I messed up. But yeah, I was just saying, I've been stuck in in-laws, and I woke up my father-in-law streaming Sudokus, so I decided to take a break from it, and now I'm back, because we are back home, and we can stream. So, hold on, no. 4. Oh, I think it's the 4. Yeah. I mistakenly assumed that I can place a 4 when I couldn't. So that's where I went wrong. So let's put some numbers in those cells. This is a 5. Pardon me. That was a sneeze and a loud sneeze. I also have a new microphone as well, which... don't ask me how much it cost, but I shouldn't... I don't know, I basically managed to do some extra work, and having not had to pay rent for a few, not rent, having not have to pay food because we still had to pay rent at a place that we weren't staying at. Yay, capitalism. Although that is, I mean, I don't agree with rental housing should be human rights anyway, so I dislike the very notion of housing being a commodity and another arm of investment that a lot of landlords do, buying up the housing, driving up the prices up, so people who want to actually buy houses to live in can't afford it, and then they have to pay more than the mortgage for the landlords so that they profit for zero labor, basically. Because as we well know, landlords, a lot of them don't really, they want to spend the least amount of money as possible to keep the property going. And yeah, I just find the whole notion very unethical. I think social housing is really the only ethical thing to do, especially in this age when capitalism has basically led to the highest rate of homelessness in most developed countries. It's just a mockery of the humanity, really. So that is another one of my little rants about capitalism. So let's carry on. Right, so I have been doing Sudokus with no pencil markings, but I don't think I'm going to continue doing that. In fact, there's a pair of 2s there. It gives me a 2 over there, which I missed. So, got a pair of 4s there. Are there any 3s? 3s are locked in the same cells as the 2s, but there isn't a triple there. Yeah, 3 is on its own, so there's a 1 over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, missing a 7 and a 9. Oh, hi Rose. I don't know if you heard my little rant about capitalism, but yes, I am doing Sudokus, and I am stuck right now. Maybe it has a naked 1 somewhere. So 2, 3, 4. So hang on, I've got. Oh, I need to see the 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing a 7 now. So okay, I don't think I can get anything out of the 3s. So let's try the 4s. I've got a pair of 4s there. 4, 4, 4. This is a 4. This is a 4. I don't know how I didn't see any of those early on, so that was a bit silly of me. 5s. So 5, 5, 5. 5, 5, 5. Got a pair of pair of 5s here. Do you play Sudokus? Pair of 5s here. Got a 5 and another 5. So that's sort of 5. So we can do. This is a 6, which means this is a 4, which opens up that 4. 4, 4, 4. Is that all the 4s? Yes, all the 4s are now done. Can I do all the 6s? 6, 6, 6. Got a pair of 6s there. 6s over here as well. Used to play a lot when you were young. So when you were a baby, basically, because you're already a baby. So, oh, I'm sorry. I should stop calling people babies because that may come across rude. I don't know if you actually take offense to me calling you that. So apologies if I did offend you, but I do find that on most internet circles I am typically the oldest person alive. I have seen almost the Big Bang, and or I might as well have. So 15 or 16 years ago, let me see, you would have been proper child. Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't discover Sudoku until I think when I was 40? No, not 40, 20. Half my age, yeah. When I was half as alive. That doesn't make sense, but you know what I meant. Hold on, have I got something here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm missing a 7 as well. So this is 7 and 9. In fact, what am I missing here? 3, 9 and 3, 8 and 9. Okay, we'll come back to that for a sec. Reminds me of a series of unfortunate events. Jim Carrey roaring about when dinosaurs ruled the earth. Is that the case? Or is that just like a joke within the film? I've not seen that. And Jim Carrey kind of like weirds me out because he's an anti-vaxxer, so that's a bad start. Despite the fact that he's actually in my favourite film of all time. So that's a sad time for me. Oh, there's a pair of 1s there. So this is a triple of, well, that has to be a 3 now. So this is a pair of 7s and 9s. So those are 7s. That means these are 7. And I've got a 7 over there. Don't have any 7s over here, though. But the 7 and 8 may be useful. My favourite film of all time is a little film called Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's a film that I knew literally nothing about. Okay, so this can't be 7, this can't be 9, and this can't be 8. That is the most annoying kind of triple on a column. And I've got 7, 8, 9. Ah, okay, so these are... No, hold on, but these can't be 8. So these are 7, 9... Oh, 7, 9, and 3. That's annoying, because that means the 3s... Oh, the 3s have to live there anyway. Yeah, it's a film that if you haven't heard of it, just watch it. Just watch it in any form that you're able to because the less you know about it, the better. Oh, the ones are locked on this row, so the 2s and 1 actually resolves themselves because the 1s have to be up here as well as the 3s. So this is a pair of 2s and 1s and 2s, so I do know that that has to be a 1 and that has to be a 2 because there's a 2 there and there's a 1 there. But yeah, basically, when that film came out, I heard really good reviews about the film, but I wasn't able to watch it. And then a few years later, I ended up watching it at my one of my best friend's houses on DVD, on a low resolution DVD, on his computer monitor, on his tiny 14-inch computer monitor. And I was visiting him in another city at the time. So after I saw it, I went home, and on the way, I had to take the train home for another, I think it was like a 4-hour journey to get home. On the way to the train station, I stopped by this shop that I don't know if it still exists. I stopped by HMV for anyone in the UK, or anyone who's old enough to remember HMV in the UK. I stopped by HMV, bought it on DVD, went home, and I watched it 2 more times on the same day, and then I continued to watch it 3 times a day for the next 2 weeks. That is how much I love that film. I love the writing, the production, the acting, the chemistry, the everything. Like even the minor characters that a lot of people hate, the support characters. A lot of people kind of like dislike them, but I actually really enjoy them. So I've got 1 up here because the 1s are locked in these 2 columns, and this one blocks that cell. So the 1s are also in these 2 columns. So this is the only place for the 1 to go, due to the fact that this one and that one forces a pointer pair of 1s. So another way of looking at it is this one blocks that cell, this pointer pair of 1s blocks that cell, this one blocks that. So the 1 is up here. So that's a 3, that's a 9. What can we do with that? As it turns out, we can place another 9 there, which gives us another 9 and another pair of 9s there. So I think that's all the 9s pencil marked in. Okay, so down here must be a 2 because the fact that I've got a pencil mark of 2 here on this column in this cage means that can't be a 2. So the only remaining number is a 3. So that 3 gives me a 3 over here. This 2 gives me a 2 up there, and this 2 gives me a 2 over there. Any other 2s? Yes, got another 2 there. So I think that's all the 2's done. I've got a pair of 3's here, but it has to be there. So that gives me another 3, gives me a 9, and this 3 forces a 3 over there. And I think all the 3's are done now. Yes, they are. So that gives me an 8 over here, and this 8 forces an 8 there. Pointer pair of 8 forces an 8 over here, and 7 goes there because of the 9, breaking the 7-9 pair. So this 9 goes there, which opens up the 5 and 6, which means this is now 7. So 7 goes here, 5 and 1. So 7's in those places. That means 7, 1 and 6 go as such. And I've got the 1's. I've got the 8 and 7. I've got an 8 and an 8 and an 8. And that is the medium New York Times Sudoku. So let's move on to the hard Sudoku. And I'm just going to solve it as normal. So we see a 1 over here. Got a pointer pair of 1's there because of this one and that one. So that forces another pointer pair of 1's. So that's all the 1's we can do. So got a pair of 2's over there, and I can't see any more 2's, but I do have a pair of 3's. And yes, Sudokus, when like the end games, are typically quite satisfying when you've got everything in place. So this 4 and that 4 forces, well actually this 4 on its own forces a pointer pair of 4's. So can I do more 4's? Right, so the 4's can't go in these 2 cells, so the 4's must be over here. So just something to bear in mind. We're not going to pencil mark them in because we are going by Snyder notations, which means we only pencil mark in 2 candidates at a time. And unfortunately, we haven't got a 5 to unlock. So let's have a look at the 6's. We've got a pair of 6's there, pair of 6's there. Can't see anything else. Let's scan the 7's. Got a pair of 7's over there. These are pointed 7's. So the 7s are down here. Also got a pair of 7s over here. Okay. So does that intrigue me at all? No, it doesn't. So that's disappointing. What about the 8s? The 8s are not very inspiring either. So got a pair of 9s here because of this 9 and that 9. So now we have a 1-9 pair, and we like that because that means I have a pair of 5s in there. 6s are over here. What else am I missing? 3. Can't pencil mark in the 3s yet, but the 4s are locked with the 5s. So that means this is a 6 and that is a 3. So we like that because that gives us a pair of 6s over here. And that forces out the 7 because we have a 6-8 pair. So this is a 7. So with that, we have another pair of 7s here. But they are not restricted in these 2 cages. So, but what I do have is also a pair of 3 and 7s because we've got a matching pair of 4s and 5s and a matching pair of 6 and 8s. So only these 2 cells are in play. That means they were 3s and 7s. So what does that tell us? Well, it forces an X-wing of sorts with the 3s. So the 3s are in this column, in this cage. Something to bear in mind. And does it open up anything here? Opens up a pair of 4s. 4, 6, 7, 9, 8, 3. Nothing else that I can see. So it's not much, but it's something. I need a Stream Deck. I need my iPad so I can use that as a Stream Deck. Be right back. And I'm back with my iPad already. Let's... Oh, God. Don't want buzzing. Stream Deck is basically a little pad with buttons on it that you can use for... Pardon me. This is why I wanted to put it up. You can buy... Oh, got a burps from my breakfast. You can buy them, and they are... Hold on. They basically allow you to like switch scenes or mute yourself if you want to, which is really useful because I wanted to mute myself like so. So that I can blow my nose. But it just means I don't have to go back to my streaming software directly to do like adjust the, well, to click the tiny mute button basically. You can buy physical ones, and they're expensive. I was going to buy one, but yeah, I did think about using the numpad on my keyboards, but I didn't want to set them to global keys, and I think I will get confused, and maybe I should actually. I am getting a new keyboard soon, so yeah, I may use that. But yeah, at the moment I am using my iPad, so I've got these buttons. I've got 2 apps opens at the same time, so I've got Twitch chat on one of them, although since I'm streaming Sudoku I can use my I can watch Streamlabs OBS directly, but if I'm streaming something full screen then I'll need my iPad. But on the other side I've got all the buttons, so I can I think it's mirrored because I think I wanted my face to point towards what I'm streaming, but if I didn't mirror the image, I'll be pointing away from the screen, and I think that's a bit confusing. So apologies for the mirrored screen. So yeah, but yeah, it's a good idea. I should use a numpad once I get my new keyboard on Monday. The reason I'm getting a new keyboard is because for the last 3 months I've had to use my laptop. And much as I dislike Apple as a company, their products are really nice, and the MacBook Air keyboard is just really nice to type on. And this membrane keyboard that I've got is just a bit rubbish. I like my things wireless because I can, oops, even though it's wireless, I've been charging it. So I can lift my keyboard, put it away, and put my MacBook on the desktop. and or I can put my drawing tablet and do drawings and stuff like that. So I need my wireless things basically. So I got a different wireless keyboard. I borrowed my friend's Magic Keyboard for the Apple, but it doesn't work well with Windows because the window keys and like the position of the Alt, the Control key, and all that stuff are just different, and it's really hard to get used to. And there's no page up, page down, home end, not even a delete key. The Mac doesn't have a delete key. You have to use some function backspace to delete. So I basically found a keyboard by Logitech that has both the Mac layout and the Windows layout, and it's got profile buttons that syncs to your Mac, your PC, or a third device, which would be my work laptop, which would be handy because I've been using this USB switch to switch between PC, Mac, and all the other things, and it's really cumbersome, basically. Having your chair to the board would be a little strange. Yeah, exactly. So, and also any other streams, really. So, okay, let's resume this puzzle. I'm going to do a second scan. I can see a pair of 2s there already, but let's go back to the 1s for a second. Have we got any more developments with the 1s? We've got 1, 2, and oh, hang on. What's going on in this column? We've got 7 and 8. Okay, so we can't resolve that yet. That means there's no quadruple here. Okay, that's fine. Any more 1s? Got 1s down here. 1, 1, 1. Nope, nothing else to see if the 1s. 2s are also not really playing balls at the moment. Got 2s over here somewhere, but it's not actually that useful. 3s, 3s are now locked down there. So, oh, they're also locked. Oh no, hold on. I've already got a 3 in here, so I don't know what I was doing. Got a pair of 3s there, so 3s are over here as well, but that's not useful. I had an iPhone once, but I never really liked it. I feel like the company just re-releases the Content Rebellion improvements, kind of a cash grab. Well, I will disagree with you in that they're definitely not pioneers. I will give you that. Or at least they're not innovators, let's say, in the sense that they basically wait for things to mature. So they let other companies do all the testings. So for instance, like Face ID, Samsung released it first, but it was essentially hacked within 24 hours by someone just using a picture on one phone and showed it to the Samsung phone to unlock it. But when Apple did commit to doing the Face ID thing, they did it in a way that actually took like over a year by a group of like MIT students or something like that to crack it, requiring materials that most people won't have access to, just to kind of like have a fairly consistent rate of cracking the Face ID. So that's an example. The Touch ID has always been superior to any other phones that I've ever tried, because none of my friends ever used their biometric IDs with Android phones. So my manager, she was like, yeah, I've got Touch ID on my phone. And I was like, how come you don't use it? Because it's shit. And I'm like, well, then it's not good. Just because you've done it first doesn't mean, and this is the thing, like, I know why other companies try to push things out first, because they also know that Apple has somehow cornered the market despite not being innovators. So they feel like the only kind of like opportunity they've got is with the audio. Well, basically people wanting to get certain technology first. And so I think that's my theory anyway, that they feel like they have to innovate and be the first to push something out first, even if the implementation is bad. So I equally hate them for that reason. But ethically, yeah, they're all bad. Most international corporates are bad, and except for charities like Oxfam, for instance. Oxfam is good. I've got a triple here. So this is a 1, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 4, which means I think this is a 9. Yeah, the 9 can't go in these 3 cells. Yeah, Nintendo tries things, But Nintendo does innovate, but they also have a tendency of innovating for things for the sake of innovating, I think. And it's fun. I think it's the right market to do the innovation that they do, because it's not kind of like essential, because like the problem with things like Touch ID and Face ID being weak, being vulnerable to attack, is that there are security implications with that. But I don't think many people cared about the fact that their Wii U wasn't that good. But it was quite funny how the Wii went from, they went from having the best-selling console in the Wii to the Wii U absolutely collapsing. But the CEO ended up kind of like saying he would take a pay cut so that they didn't have to fire anyone from Nintendo. I think they did something like that. So from that perspective, kudos to them. What have we got on this column? We are missing 235 and 235 and 7. 235 and 7. I haven't got enough numbers to actually deduce that, so I'm going to continue just scanning the numbers a little bit. I feel like there may be something in this cage. Oh no, there isn't actually. Every number on the rows and columns that interacts with these cells already exists within a cage. So this is a quadruple that isn't solvable just yet. That is annoying. I think I'm going to pencil mark in the 2s and the 4s. Okay, I should look at the 4s a little bit because they are being a little bit stubborn. So I've got a pair of 4s there, 4, 4, 4. Can't see any more 4s. So yeah, ethically I dislike Apple, but their products are genuinely, like the hardware, I still struggle with any. I have tried my friends like Android phones and the capacitive screen. There's just something slightly off about it. I know with Samsung, since the Samsung phones all have like bloatware on them, so they basically make the screen not as responsive as it should be. That's a pair of 6s. And I think there may not be so bad potential with the top-end phones. I think the top-end Samsungs may be okay. I'm not too sure. Never had my hands on them. But with I've never tried like, what's the is it OnePlus 1? I've never tried those phones, so I don't know how good they are. In terms of trackpads, for instance, I have yet to find a single laptop with a trackpad that is as good, as intuitive to use as the MacBook's one. Again, there's just something they're doing both from a software and hardware front that synergizes really well, so they work well together. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of companies are lacking, because they're either developing the hardware or they're developing the software. And the two, like if you're developing the software, you need to make it compatible to as many hardware as possible. If you're developing the hardware, you haven't got access, the root level access necessarily to kind of like optimize it. So they all just kind of like feel slightly off, slightly unresponsive as I would like. So it's disappointing, but it does mean I'm somewhat locked in with the Apple ecosystem. But at the same time, with the Apple ecosystem, like the HomeKit, like you have to go through a very stringent, is it stringent? I don't know, but to obtain the HomeKit compatible certificate, you need to kind of like pass like serious encryption and security metrics or whatever with Apple to be able to get it, basically. So you just kind of know the products are at least quite safe, whereas a lot of like open source stuff and or proprietary software have been hacked to bits, and that's just not fun for anyone. So I'll never do like home. I'm also not going to do home security smart stuff either, for the time being, because it just doesn't feel like the timing is right yet. So anyway, let's go back to the Sudoku. So I think I need to focus on this a little bit. Let's have a think. Okay, we've got 3 and 9 there, so there may be something to be said about these cells. I'm missing 1s, so there's a pointer pair of 1s there that I missed, which gives me a pair of 1s there and a pair of 1s there. So don't know how I missed that. In fact, that can't be a 1 anyway, so this is a 1. So that leaves me 2, 8 and something. That means these are 8s, and that doesn't sing to me, unfortunately. Pardon me. It's 2, 2, 7 and 8. So unfortunately, I have to put all of them in. And I don't have that. Oh, actually, there's a pointer pair of 7s there. So the 7s are down here. I have some smart stuff in my room. I use it for music, color lights, and alarm. Yes. Hey Siri, turn accent light blue.
Okay, blue.
Hey Siri, turn accent light pink. So I can do that kind of stuff as well. Also, this is a bit loud. So Siri, be a bit quieter. No, I don't want to play music. So yeah, I've got color lights. I bought these lights with my kind of a bit of what do you call it, disposable income. I was going to get an Elgato key light, but that would give me just a single light, and really you want a 3-point light system if possible. And I found a set of Hue Play lights, which apparently are bright enough, and it seems to be okay. Where was I going with this? And they end up cheaper than a single Elgato key light, so I'm happy with that purchase, I have to say. So these are 2, 4, 7 and 8. I've got 7 here but no 8, so that's annoying. So 8, 8, 8. Yes, I need to look into that, because I did install Homebridge to kind of like try and do some integration, but it actually killed my my Siri couldn't access my Hue lights as a result. So I need to experiment a little bit. I think it's because like when my Mac goes to sleep, then it has to restart the whole Homebridge connection, and like everything just went bonkers. So I need to invest in a Raspberry Pi to have a permanent server to host Homebridge, and then I'll play around with it. But for now, I can't afford that, because the Raspberry 4 is like 60 quid, and I haven't got 60 quid just lying around, so I'm going to wait a little bit. So whatever money I earn from Twitch, I am going to use that on a Raspberry Pi 2, and then that would be a good time. Not Raspberry Pi 2, Raspberry Pi 4, because the one that I've got, I think I've got Raspberry Pi 1 or 2. I inherited it from my old housemate, and it doesn't support Homebridge, so never heard of Raspberry Pi being used for anything but video games. Oh no, Raspberry Pi started off for like all these other things, for like home automations. You can use it to create an ad filter at home. I haven't done that, admittedly, but like the Pi that I've got is so old that I think I need to get a new one. So yeah, because I need to get a new one in order to be able to get the latest Homebridge. So I can run it on my Mac, but I need to keep my Mac running 24/7, and nobody wants to do that. So okay, let's focus on the puzzle a little bit, because I'm definitely struggling a bit. So these are 2, 7, 5 and 3. So I've got 2 and 5, so this is 3 and 7. That's not so useful for me at all, I have to say. That's these are 2. Can I restrict the 3s? My brother bought one for my mum once. It has every game created for the NES and SNES on it, and it still isn't bigger than a ring box. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, Raspberry Pis are really good. It is one of the great innovations of like using what can be done with modern technology, and like making it practical, for giving it lots of practical applications. So I'm definitely a fan of it. I'm just not very good with like dealing with servers and stuff like that, so I'm a bit scared of Unix systems, despite the fact I use a Mac for web development using the Unix kind of using a terminal a lot. But it's still a little bit scary to kind of like install things on a terminal interface rather than having nice GUIs, but sometimes that's better because you always get error messages, more or less, and then you can just Google them, find out what's wrong, and also get frustrated with Sudokus. Oh, there's a quadruple here, so 1, 2, 4, and 8. So I've got 1 and 2, no 4. 1, 2, 4, and 8. 1, 2, 4, and 8. Damn it! So, I feel like this puzzle is being a bit stubborn, but I've got 4 and 8 here. Is that useful for us? No, because I haven't got a 2 on this column at all. This is the only place that a 2 is seen and not heard. So, 2 and 4 are not restricted. Is there something going on in here? So, now the 9s are locked in these cells. Are there other things locked in that cell, those 3 cells as well? 5, 6. I'm not expecting such a tough Sudoku. It's probably not actually that tough. I'm probably just being a bit daft. Oh, this is also 1, 2, 4, and 8. So I've got 2 and 8 there already, and I've got a 1. So I've got 1, 2, and 8 in this cell. So this has to be an 8. So the logic is I've got a 3, 9 pair there. So the only numbers remaining are 1, 2, 4, and 8. And this cell sees a pointer pair of 1s, sees a 2, sees an 8. So it must be a 4. So that being a 4, we've got a 4 and 5 resolved. And that 5 gives us a pair of 5s there as well. So now that we've got 4 here, that doesn't affect things here though. 4 and 5 up there also doesn't interact with anything else. So this 1, 2, 4, and 8 on this column is still no good. What about here? I've got 1 and 4, so that's 2 and 8. I've only got 4. Oh, this is annoying. 4, 4, 4. 4s are down here. Yeah, that didn't immediately solve the puzzle for me as I thought it would. So 1, 6, 7, and 9. 1, 6. I've got 1, 7, so that's 6 and 9. Damn it. And this is 6, 7, and 9. That is annoying. That is very annoying. I don't like it. What else am I missing here in this cage? I'm missing an 8. So the 8 can only go in those cells. Let's put them in. Is this a 2 and 8? Certainly not a 2. So pardon me. Oh, stupid burps. Don't like the burps. Like the burps, but not the burps. I don't know if that makes any sense. That makes the 8 you assume in the middle right cell apparent, right? Middle right cell. Is it here or here? I'm not too sure. I'm not seeing any revelations about 8s. So in here, I haven't got the 8s yet. On this, we haven't got the 8s yet. Oh, definitely not. I'm not a pro, but I have been playing Sudoku since lockdown, so it's been a year now. Yeah, it's been over a year since I've been playing the New York Times Sudokus, so that is quite a good time actually. I wish I remembered when I first started, then I could have celebrated. Speaking of celebration, a lot of people buy champagne or Prosecco for celebrations at work, and I don't get it. I don't like Prosecco or champagne. Give me cider. Give me sweet cider any time of the day. Or even rum and Coke. Love a bit of rum and Coke. I mean, dislike Coke because one of the biggest Ooh, hang on. My webcam disappeared. I muted myself without realizing because I didn't want to like generate the rumbles. Hi, Study Infinity. Sorry, I was just saying welcome to the stream. Also, am I too loud? Am I peaking? I'm seeing some reds on the meter. So is this a bit better? Maybe I should be a bit more distant and aloof. Thank you. Thank you for the support, Rose. Let's see. Do you know what? I just remembered when I first started climbing. Oh, I think I see something, but we'll come back to that in a second. Yeah, I think we see a 6 here. Yeah, when I first started climbing, since we talked about climbing before, one of the first like instructors at the climbing center was a girl called Rose, and she was really nice, and I did have a crush on her. But anyway, yeah, yeah, it's almost like, I don't know. I think roses are definitely meant for rock climbing because she was good at it. I definitely tried to emulate her back in the day. Ooh, making noises. We don't love noises. Do I have to plug this in or should I turn off? Hey Siri, turn off Mac speakers.
Okay,
there we go.
The mic speakers are off.
Oh, it's still making noises. Okay, it's off. Okay, yes, we are doing some Sudokus, and we just found another revelation on the center column. So, what numbers are we missing? We're missing 1, 7, 1, 6, 7, and 9 on this column, and we've got 1, 7, and 9 sitting right there. So that tells me that has to be a 6. So with that 6 in place, I can eliminate that 6. So that gives me another 6. And so now this is a bit more cluttered. So maybe we can get something. I don't know. My muscle says, if you try, I'll make you regret climbing. I'm dreading the day that I start climbing again as well, because after taking such a long break since lockdown, I'm going to really suffer. Okay, now that we've placed, I think that's been, oh, now that we placed that 6, that 9, these two 9s forces a pointer pair of 9s there, so this can't be a 9 anymore, so we've got a 3 and a 9. So, yeah, neglecting the gym and exercise, definitely a bad time. I had to cycle to my friend's to pick up my keys that I left with him for housekeeping, and it was a bad time. It was a very bad time. Cycling up the hill to get to his place was just brutal, if I may say so. It was absolutely brutal. So I got 4s and 8s over here. Let's pencil mark those in. This is a triple of, I think it's 3, 5, and 7, isn't it? So this is 4 and 2, and I've got a 4 over there. So 2 and 4 are resolved. So with that 4 in place, these are a pair of 4s. Therefore, this must be an 8. Yep. With that being an 8, we can now place an 8 over here because of this 8 and that's 8. And now I've got a pair of 8s there. So 8 are forming an X-wing horizontally on these rows. These are the only two positions that the 8s can appear on these two rows. Therefore, on the columns, you can't have any more 8. So this can't be an 8 anymore. 8 has to go there, and a 4 goes there. So this can't be a 4 anymore. And 1, 2, and 4, and I've got 1 and 2 there on this column. So this must be a 4. And oops, this is also now a 4. So that resolves the 2 and the 1, and that resolves the 2 and the 1. Resolves the 2 and the 8, resolves the 8 and the 6, resolves the 6 and the 3. So that 3 tells me that can't be a 3 anymore. I've got a 7 over here, so let's place that. So that forces a 7 over here. So now I have the 3 and the 5, because the 5 oversees this cell, so 3 and 5 are resolved. Resolves another 5, and this has to be a 3. That leaves 4 seeing this, meaning that's a 9, that's a 4, and that's a 9. And that's today's New York Times hard Sudoku. That took absolutely forever. So, let's move on to some mini crosswords. So, play with that account. Oh, it's a big one. So, to the extent that with as. What? To an extent. As appears? As, we'll come back to that. Yes, mostly because we're chatting, but part of it, I was still thinking about Sudoku, though Yes, I would absolutely blame you as my distraction. So, exhausting 9 to 5 grind is a job, but 9 to 5 office hours, work. We'll come back to that. Cuddled. Spoiled? Queen, nickname, Queen Liz? Nickname for a British... Oh, hang on. Queen... Morning, Aubergine. How are you? Queen... not too sure. I wonder if they're doing a British Royal because of what happened yesterday. I'm a great distraction. I can prevent people from doing what they're supposed to do for hours. Is that going to be an excuse if you guys lose at League of Legends? Ooh, that was a ban. Not a very good one. Furious. Oh my god, this is really hard. How have you been, Aubergine? I'm back home, by the way. I don't know if you've seen, if you visited my stream since I got home, but I am home. I think you did the other night, actually. I have a feeling you did, but I'm not too sure. My memory is terrible, so you know that already. By the way, for those who don't know, aubergines are basically eggplants. But aubergine is, I want to say Belgian. Are you about? But basically, they're European, so therefore, we go with aubergines rather than eggplants. Dutch, that's the one. I'm so sorry. I remember now. It's another streamer that is Belgian. So my apologies. That's why I have to preface with like I have terrible memories. It's genuinely not because I forget my wife's kind of like what my wife tells me as well. So it's nothing to do with you guys. Thankfully, my wife doesn't watch this stream, so she hears my voice often enough that she can't be asked to listen to me streaming as well. So yeah, don't tell her that. But yeah, she kept telling me things and I'll forget, and I just can't remember things even when she'll like tell me, oh, I got you this thing as a present because she's just really lovely, and then it'll be like time for when I should receive the present, and it's like, do you remember what I got you? I was like, oh, so yeah, that's me, and also I forget my birthdays as well. She knows more about my birthday than my own birthday. I actually. I'll tell this story in a bit, but mountain range visible from Denver. I don't know. Portrayal of Andy Bernard in The Office. Oh my god, I don't know the actor's name. Why are these so hard? These are so hard. At least I've got some short words now. Okay, tax collecting organization. This has come up a lot, so IRS has to be right. It's not an IRS. There's another organizations that comes up a lot in New York Times Crosswords about the taxman, but quick snooze, I guess, is a nap. I was going to say doze. Part of the body that's also a verb, meaning accept. Part of the body that is also a verb, meaning accept. We'll come back to that. Beta Aurora. Beta Aurora. Oh, maybe it's not spoiled then. Wasn't it Beta Aurora or something like that? It definitely starts with an O. Gushing letters sent to celebrities isn't a fan mail, so maybe it's not spoiled. Yeah, I think this is not so I think it's Beta or oh, that doesn't look right. Oh, spooned is also cuddled, because this I think is fan mail. One of two in a poker hand known as pocket rockets. What the hell? I'm guessing an ace. Oh, hang on, one of two in a poker hand. Pocket rockets. I'm going to go for ace. Motorist signal to stop. Is it not? What? Fury. You like how I find the right answer accidentally? Yeah. Yep, that is me. I don't find the right answers correctly. Silent acknowledgement. I'm guessing this is a nod. Item in the game Bejeweled. Gem. Pluralized letter. Pluralizing letter It's an S. I hate this. It's either S or S. Okay, let's see. To an extent with in, as in, what? Exhausting 9 to 5, rat race. I didn't realize that's 9 to 5. So this is not. Queen. I don't want to put a C in there, but I'm gonna skip that for now. Furious. Maybe this is not. Is it something rage? Is it beta or rog? Is it like that? So in a rage, mountain ranges. Portrait of any. Oh, this is so hard. Parts of the body, I don't know. Fury. Is that ire? So, could this be the Rookie Mountains? Then Ed Helms. Yes. I recognize Ed Helms as a name. So, this is not helping me with the body part. Parts of the body, that's also a verb, meaning accept. I'm going to have to check this. Right, it's not rookies. I got Orog correct. Unbelievable. So, it's not the Rookie Mountains. I'm trying to think what... Oh, Rocky Mountains. Thank you. So, it's a stomach. In so far as... So, this is red. Oh, motorist signal to stop. Oh my god, it's a colour. For some reason, I had like motorcycle in my head. So I kind of thought like, immediately I kind of thought a fist to... I don't actually know if a fist is to stop. But, or maybe a hand up. It's like, stop. So, yep. Thank you for the help, Aubergine. I love that, despite being Dutch, you know the American answer more than me. But that's because I'm quite, I don't want to say ignorant, but I'm not very knowledgeable about stuff. I know stuff that are completely useless in Trivial Pursuit. Cheese with holes. Is this Swiss cheese? Late night show with a redhead host is Conan O'Brien. So O'Brien. Oh, is it Conan? Conan or Conan? I can't remember how his name's spelled. Pleasant smell. Cable network that has built itself as the place for politics. Is that C-SPAN? Entree that is rarely served. Rips off. You're good at memorizing everything you never need. Well, it's clearly useful for crosswords. So, okay, I'm getting a feeling Swiss cheese is wrong. Bottom of a barrel. Oh, it's the worst. So maybe it is right. Hole in... Oh, isn't a hole in one? Golfer stream. So it's not C-SPAN. That may explain why this doesn't work. So it's not C-SPAN. It must be MSN... No. I don't know what this is. Hole in one. Brazilian dance. I think it's Zumba. And mid-flight handout on a plane. I still don't know whether this is an O or an A, incidentally. So, pleasant smell is aroma. Cable MSNBC. That's it, yep. That's the one I was thinking about. So, scams is rip-off. So, entree, that's rarely... And mid-flight is a snack. So, oh, steak. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Time for the spelling bee. Play. Okay, we've got an ED, so I'm going to put that in. What letter have I got left? Oh, we also got ING. Damn, so it could be D. Deking? No. That's not a word either. Damn it. So we've got ing. What can I make with the rest of the letters? Hold on. Go back to normal. Go back to what it was. Damn it. I need ing was together. I and G are together. So I've got these letters. The Ken. The because the letters can danking. Shame the Ken with a C. Yeah. I'm probably just going down the completely wrong path as well. Is that a word? Because we've got the aging, which is something CGI shenanigan can do, particularly in the X-Men franchise. Oh my god, was it X3? In X-Men 3. Oh my god, that was horrible. Okay, so maybe ing is not the way to go. Wait a second. Is this a word? No. Hang on. The ganking? No. Ganking is the thing that happens. You find this quite naked. I'm going to put that in because denaking? No. Oh my god, what is this? Is it gain in this word? Degain? I don't think gained. Gain. Is that a word? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna have to give up on this because I don't think I'm gonna get this. I just don't see it. Needing. Needing. I literally just thought needing because I was thinking about needing, but need. Oh, hang on. Can we spell that word? Yes, we can. I got it! I got the word. I don't know what it means. But I thought like cats, when they're kneading on, you know, that thing, that's called kneading, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is baking related, but I think cat. Yeah, because cats, you know when they like get their paws on you and just like give you a little massage. I suddenly saw that because I was so focused on like using D and E together. Okay, so I think that's all the New York Times games we're going to play today, unless we feel like doing a Wednesday crossword from the archives. Do you guys feel up for that? We'll make that a team effort. Hey Siri, set top light to white.
Okay, white it is.
Oh, maybe I'm not getting enough light in here now. Do I need to do that to make me brighter? Don't love that. Of course, that light is on that side, so you can't actually see it. Okay. Let's do some more Sudokus, but I'm just going to pop to the loo for a second. So I haven't got a screen set up at the moment for the BRB. So I'm just going to be really professional and do a text scene saying BRB LOL BBQ THX and make that. Oh, hit you with an ad. I had not considered that. How do I do that? I need to go to the, let's see, dashboard. Oh my god, stop giving me Stripe. I want Twitch. Is it streaming tools? No. It's Stream Manager, isn't it? Run an ad break. 1 minute. I don't know. It was just a meme because, like, what was it? Okay, thanks BBQ thing. It was in the kind of like early 2000s. You may be too young for it. Let's see. I may be a bit more than a minute though. Can I actually run an ad for a little bit longer? I may need a 5-minute break. Run up to 60 seconds of ads. I'll just go for that. So be right back. And I'm back. Oh, you didn't get an ad? It didn't activate. I don't know how it works. I just kind of like pressed the button and then it said it was running for 60 seconds, but it didn't. No matter. So I think we are still, we're still on the screen. So crosswords. There we go. I think this is good. Shall I scroll down a little bit? Yes, there we go. So can everyone see? Probably you suck at English crosswords. Oh, are there many Dutch crosswords? Oh. Why am I muted? I shouldn't be muted.